Good morning, everyone. This is Alicia Avant, and this is the live Q&A webinar for Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy, and I am going to be answering all your Q&A questions, all your questions about becoming a virtual assistant this morning. I had some that were sent in via email, and I also have some that are just frequently asked questions that I'm asked frequently, obviously, often, and we're going to go over those questions. But before we do, just in case you are not familiar, trying to mute everybody. Just in case you're not familiar with me, I am going to introduce myself and give you a little bit of background information so that you'll know who you are learning from. If you have any questions during this as well, there is a chat feature that you can ask questions by typing them in. So who is Alicia Avant? This is a picture of me and my kids. This picture on the left is a picture of me and my kids the year after I started my virtual assistant business. They were newborn, obviously. He was really small. She was a toddler, and my oldest was a preschooler at the time. And I had started my business when my daughter was born. So it had been about a year. At this point, she was about 16 or 18 months old in this picture, and that's when I started my business as a virtual assistant. This picture here is a couple of years ago, actually. I really need an updated picture, and I think there's another one on the next page. But this is them as they've grown up, and as you can see, this was them this past Easter. So they've gotten big. I'm a mom of three, and when I had small children, I didn't want to put my kids in daycare. So that is one of the reasons that I started my business in 2007. That is one of the major reasons that I started my business. So you may be in those shoes, or you may be in a different stage of life, but no matter where you are in life and in, I believe that, as moms, we like to have the opportunity. We want to have the opportunity to be there for our families. And I know that my virtual assistant business has allowed me to do that. And so I'm very passionate about sharing that opportunity with other moms, because I know that that is a desire that many of us have. It's a very flexible opportunity. It is a very, it's a way to make a consistent income on a regular basis, and you can do that rather quickly without a lot of expenses or overhead. So that's why it was appealing to me, and why I believe it's appealing to so many others as well. So you may have found me by joining my How to Start a Virtual Assistant Business Facebook group. But if you have not joined the group, it is free over on Facebook. You can click on the link here. You can also find me at aliciaavant.com, and there are tons of resources over there, free resources, a 10 first steps to getting started guide. Of course, these free webinars that I do monthly, and just some blog posts and things like that as well. That's where you can find me on the web. I'm also Alicia Avant on all social media. So over on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, everywhere. I just use my name. And now it's time for the Q&A. And I know that some of you sent in some Q&A questions, so I'm going to start with those questions. And let me just pull those up on another screen that I have over here so that I can look at those questions. Christina sent in the question. Her question is, what is the easiest and cheapest way to become a virtual assistant? I've started blogging already and learning how to use other ways to promote my website on different social media platforms. So what's the cheapest way to become a virtual assistant? Well, as I just said, one of the appealing things about becoming a virtual assistant is that it is very inexpensive, and it doesn't have a whole lot of overhead. Basically, if you have a computer and access to the internet, and you are able to get on social networking sites and are able to share your knowledge and expertise, you can become a virtual assistant pretty easily. You really don't even though on my list of must-haves is a website, it's not something you have to get your very first client. It is just a good thing to have as you continue to promote yourself. You don't even have to have that. You basically have to have a list of your of your services. You have to have a list of your prices and be willing and able to share that with other people as you network and find people who are interested in the services that you provide. You want to be very specific in what you provide. You don't want to just generalize. You want to specialize in something, either in a specific target market or a specific service. So it is super simple to get started. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to have a whole lot of money or invest a whole lot of money into the business to get started. So I hope that answers your question, Christina. The second question is from, let me find it. I got to go back in my email. The second question is from Jen Roberts, and it is, how do you figure out what the going rate for certain projects are? What the going rate for certain projects are? Not necessarily your base hourly rate, but for specific services. So a lot of virtual assistants decide how they're going to charge, and they charge based on either project or based on hourly rate. I do that with, I only have a project rate for about 1 or 2 different projects that I do. One is websites, the other is content writing. And how I decided that particular rate is one thing. I decided that based on how long it was going to take me. I know, you said not based on your hourly rate, but how much are you wanting to make hourly, and how long is this particular task taking you? If it is taking you 10 hours to do a particular task, but you're going to charge $100, are you making enough per hour? Are you making what you want to make per hour in order to profit from that particular task? So you do need to take into consideration how much you want to make per hour on a task and determine a package rate, so to speak, or a specific service rate based on how long it's going to take. Also, I spoke with Jen yesterday a little bit about some specific services. Sometimes you can base your specific rate for a project based upon the fact that sometimes things are more valuable just because of scarcity. Maybe you're only going to sell, like if you're doing a content, you're selling a certain content or printables or something like that. It is going to be based upon the fact that you have the knowledge and expertise to do that, and maybe someone else does not. So your knowledge, your experience, and your expertise coming to the table can make things valuable without really taking into the time consideration. Because think about it. I had a gal one time, let me give you just a great example. One time I met a girl in a Facebook group that needed her WordPress website updated. Now, updating your WordPress website is not something that takes a whole lot of time. But a lot of people are afraid to update their WordPress website because they're afraid of what's going to happen. Am I going to break my site? Is something bad going to happen? So she was scared to do it. So she was willing to pay, and she had put this out there, she was willing to pay $50 to have someone update her WordPress website. Did it take me $50 worth of my hourly time? No, it didn't. It actually took me about 15 minutes. But the truth was, it was valuable to her. She saw the value in that because she didn't know how, or she was scared to try. So sometimes our rate for a particular service is based upon the fact that we have the knowledge and the expertise to do it, not necessarily based upon how long it takes. I hope that helps answer your question. I see that I have a question in the chat box, so I'm going to open that up. Oh, she says, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so if you have any other specific questions before I go on to some more, I would love for you to type those in the chat box while I'm talking. Do you have a specific program and clock in for hourly clients, or do your clients just trust that you're working for the time you claim? Okay, so I do not clock in with my clients at all. I am a business owner. They are not my employee. They are my client. So I keep up with my hourly time because I'm curious as to how long things take me, and because I do want to give them the time that they have purchased. So my clients purchase my time up front. So they buy a package of hours, either 5, 10, 20-hour packages, and then I clock my hours and I tell them when we are about to be out of hours to work together, and then they will buy another package of hours. I do offer them, because I track this, and I track it no matter whether or not they ask me to, because I track this in FreshBooks is what I use to track it, and also what I use to invoice. I'm able to go in and create a report for them. Now, not all my clients request reports on a regular basis. Some of my clients don't ever request reports, but regardless, I like to have honor and integrity. I like to be honest and have integrity. So therefore, I do this, and I have it available for them were they to ask. And I'm very open to them asking. Some people round their time. So if something took 5 minutes, there are some VAs that will round that to 15 minutes no matter what, because they say, all the time that it takes to get in there and do stuff. I don't round my time. My time is to the very minute that it takes. So if something only took 3 minutes, I only logged 3 minutes. I do log my time for speaking with them on the phone, because sometimes that can get lengthy and can take up a lot of time. Just a little side note there. Okay, so I'm going to pull up some other questions. Did you say that was called FreshBooks? Yes, it's available I'm going to type in the chat box. It's available at freshbooks.com. I've been using FreshBooks since 2011, so I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful program, and what I use for my hour tracking and for my invoicing and keeping up with projects and all that. Okay, so one of the questions that has come in that I get a lot is, what skills will I need as a virtual assistant? Well, obviously, there are many different ways that you can specialize as a virtual assistant, and I highly recommend specializing in something. So the skills that you would need will vary based upon what you are wanting to do, what services you are wanting to provide. You might want to provide bookkeeping services. You might want to provide graphic design services. You might want to provide help to real estate agents. So the skills are going to vary based upon the type of services you're providing. But just some everyday skills that are going to be across the board, no matter what type of services you provide as a virtual assistant, you're going to want to be very organized. You have to keep up with a lot of information. You're keeping up with login information and timing and projects for multiple clients. So this is going to require a lot of organization. You're going to want to be as detail-oriented as possible. I cannot tell you how many times I've read an ad for someone looking for a virtual assistant, and one of the things that it almost always says is that they are looking for someone who is detail-oriented, who pays attention to small details. And I believe that anyone who is a detail-oriented person is better at the job as a virtual assistant, because of the fact that it is almost always a requirement. It is almost always necessary, because there are so many details to people's businesses. You want to be willing to speak with people. A lot of times people don't have good communication skills. So you want to have good communication skills in order to communicate with your clients. Now, this might not necessarily have to be via the telephone, but there are still some clients who prefer telephone communication over email. But strong communication skills and an ability to follow up and continue to follow up is important. So those are some things that off the top of my head, for sure, have been important to me in my business, and have to me been a make or break situation. I also believe that you need to have integrity. You need to be able to keep confidential certain things that your clients want to have as confidential to them, but also just out of, even if they don't ask for that confidentiality, I even have that in my clause in my agreement, because I believe confidentiality is important no matter whether they ask for it or not. It is an important thing to have. So those are some, to me, those may not always be skills, but they may be characteristics that I believe are important to a virtual assistant. As I said before, if you have a specific question, please type it into the chat box as I answer these other questions. Okay. What role does social media play in building a business, building a virtual assistant business? If you followed me for any reasonable amount of time now, you know that I have shared many times that I believe one of the best ways to market your business is through relationship marketing. Relationship marketing is basically marketing your business by building relationships with those around you. And in this internet age, most likely that is through social media. I don't really know very many VAs who go to live networking events and get clients, because it is a virtual business. Most people, when you go out into society, don't even know what a virtual assistant is. But online, it's a very known term in certain circles. And so if you can network in those circles through social media, you can reach out to others, build relationships with others, and therefore get business by doing that. You want to share your knowledge and expertise. You want to answer questions that people have. Find a specific niche or target market and network in the groups that they're in on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Chat with them via other social media platforms, Twitter, for example, and see what kinds of problems they are having and determine how you can help to solve those problems. Sharing your knowledge and expertise will almost always get you far. And I'll tell you, you do this for a little while, and then you get some clients from these relationships that you've built, and you won't really have to worry about it anymore, because they will begin to refer other people to you. In fact, I have gotten like 4 or 5 new clients in the past couple of weeks, and they were all based on referrals. It was not because I had to go out and look for clients. It was not because, I went and searched job boards or anything like that. It was because people sent other people to me. And that's what social networking and using relationship marketing does for you. Gloria asked, do you have a contract you give to your clients? If so, what all do you include in it? Yes, I have a contract, and I'm going to pull it up so I can tell you the different sections that I use and that you can download. You can write those down. Let me pull it up really quick. So I call this particular document and how I work document, and it is an agreement of sorts. And basically, I share this with every client, and then I have them sign it via what's called EchoSign. There are other programs that do the same thing, basically, but the one that I have is called EchoSign, and it allows you to sign a document electronically. So here's what's included in my contract. In my contract, I include a short paragraph with bullet points, basically, of what you can expect by working with me. So I say, what can you expect by working with Alicia Avian and Company, which is my business name for my VA business. And then I include my hours of operation, and I let them know when my office is closed and that my office is closed on the weekends and on major holidays. I include information about if they need a rush job. Oh, I'm not showing it to you, Sarah, live. I'm just sharing with you what is on it. It includes what they need to know about if they need a rush job. For example, they will be charged a surcharge if they want a last-minute project done, or if they want a project done on the weekends or in the evenings, because I normally don't work during those times. It includes my referral policy, which is that anytime you make a referral, please let me know, and I will be sure to acknowledge it and give them credits. I give them 25%. I mean, not 25%. That was on the referral charge. On the rush charge. I give them a 2-hour credit. So basically, they are able to get 2 hours of my time for free if they refer a paying client to me. So it cannot be someone that they refer to me and that person never, that doesn't become a client. It has to be a paying client. And then let's see, the next section is my confidentiality section. I share with them that I have a strict confidentiality code and that I won't be divulging their private information to other people. I give them my standard rates, and then my package rates are included in this document. And then also I share with them, let's see, there's one more thing, and I think I pulled up the wrong document because it's not in that one. So I'm going to look for the other one. Share with them one more thing. I have them sign it, and I also sign it for your information on that. I have them sign it, and then I also sign it. I also say all expenses, like if there were additional expenses, they would be charged separately. For example, sometimes I purchase themes for clients or purchase paid plugins and things like that, and I bill them separately for that so that I can keep up with the fact that they reimbursed me for those programs or products. I share with them my timeline on specific projects. I ask that they give me 12 hours notice on a general administrative project and 48 hours notice on a larger project. I share with them that if they are no longer going to work with me, that I ask that they give me 2 weeks notice for termination of this contract. So that's just some areas of my contract that I would suggest you having in yours. I would also suggest that you have someone, that understands legal terminology to look over your contract. I actually have a friend who is a paralegal, and she looked over mine, but you could also take it to a lawyer, or you could find a paralegal. They're usually cheaper than talking with a lawyer. But these are available to purchase on your website. Yes, contracts and templates are available to purchase on my website, and you would get it to tweak it to your business, so to put in your information and everything. And I recommend that you tweak it for your business, but I also recommend that you sign your contract. Like EchoSign will allow you to have the person sign the contract, but then it will also allow you to sign it yourself. And so I recommend you do that. And then the other thing is I have my clients initial out beside certain terminology, like about the hourly rate versus the package rate. If they chose the hourly rate, I have them initial out beside that. If they chose the package rate, I have them initial out beside that, so that they understand, so that they acknowledge and understand that that is the case. I have been felt like I almost wanted them to initial the thing about that I have a policy that my hours expire within so many days. So, for example, if they have the package rate, it says that my hours expire in a 5-hour package expires in 30 days, and a 10 and 20-hour package expires in 60 days. And I've had people want me to, they didn't use their hours and they wanted me to continue to work even though the hours were expired. And so I've had some trouble with that. So I almost want them to initial that so I can say, you initialed it, you remember. But people just don't read, honestly, y'all. People just do not read sometimes. So it's a battle, but if you put it in your contract, then you're safe, rather than if you didn't put it in your contract. So it's important to put that kind of information in there. Also, I have a line in there that says if payment is not received within 5 days, all services will stop until your invoices are paid, because people will expect you to just continue working even when they haven't paid you. Oh, you're welcome, Gloria. Okay, so going to go to another question. Let me pull up my questions again. How long will it take to start my business? One of the questions I got was, how long will it take to start my business? Well, like I said, it's a business that does not require a whole lot of overtime. Overhead. It's a business that does not require a lot to get started. So therefore, if you can narrow down, one of the first steps that I have my students who are in my training do is narrow down their niche or their niche or their target market to know who they want to work with. You want to specialize in something, being that a specific service, or you specialize in a specific group of people or target market. You want to know who it is that you're targeting, because therefore you can find them faster. So it doesn't take that long, and you want to be very specific, knowing your terms and your policies. You want to set up those areas of your business and have your contracts and everything into place so that when you do find your first client, you are ready and you have the communication set up and the systems set up. I'm a big believer in systems. Systems are so important. What's your client intake process? What's your client, what happens when you get a client? Or do you have a specific set of instructions that they follow or steps that they follow? Because one of the things that I've noticed when I'm on the phone with potential clients, one of their biggest questions after they realize they want to work with me is, okay, how do we get started? And if I didn't know what my systems were and I didn't know the steps that I needed to take, I could fumble and bumble and mess up and them not be very impressed. But they are impressed because I say, I'll send you a welcome email, I will send you an invoice, I will send you a contract. And once you get those three things and you take care of those three things, I would love for you to send me a task list and we will get started. So I'm very systematized. I know exactly what I need. I have a checklist of what I need from them. And as soon as I get that checklist, all the stuff checked off on my checklist, I can get started working with them. It is so important that you have that you have a specific system in place, because I'll tell you, one of the biggest parts about just getting started is making sure that you're keeping up with your records and you know who you're working with. And it can get overwhelming fast if you don't have those systems in place, because you're like, oh, did I do such and such for so-and-so? Did I send them their contract? Did I do this? Did I do that? So if you have a checklist in place, then you are able to do that quickly and easily, and you're going to know, boom, 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 this is what I need to do. And your clients are going to feel safe and secure with you, knowing that you're taking care of them, knowing that you know what you're doing. And just those simple systems and just those simple steps that you can put into place in the beginning of your relationship will help that client feel confident in you and your abilities, and will help that client to feel comfortable working with you. It is just an important piece, a super important piece. Okay, does anybody have any other burning questions? Because I have some information that I want to share with you as well, and I want to make sure I have time for everything. I want to get your questions. I want to get that information shared too. So let me see. Okay, I don't see you typing any questions. So I'm going to share with you, I have been working extremely, extremely hard, especially the past couple of days, but over the past few months. I have had 2 virtual assistant business and marketing courses, and it is graduated, or today will graduate the next course. So it has graduated 12 participants thus far, or students thus far. And out of those, many of them have already gotten clients and have already begun their businesses. Many of them, even in the classes, even in the midst of taking the class itself, had clients. In fact, one of them this morning, one of them that you will see, I'm going to share a video from one of my active participants in this latest class. has 4 clients already, and she's not finished with the class. I mean, well, the class ends today, but she is so, I mean, she had these clients before we ever finished the course. But the course, one of the things that I noticed about me doing courses 8 weeks at a time was that I wasn't able to share it with as many people. I did an 8-week course starting in October that ended in December, and I had 5 participants. And then I did a course this time around that began in January and is ending today, and I had 7 participants. And it's so difficult to have to be able to bring anybody else on, because if we're on lesson 3, they don't want to start on lesson 3, they want to start on lesson 1. So I have been sharing my need and my want to share this information with more people, and a mentor of mine has made a wonderful suggestion, and I am going to be sharing that with you now. It is also going to be a way that more people can join me in my Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy, but also that it is more affordable as well. So I'm excited about sharing this with you all. So I would like to introduce you to the new and improved version of Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy. So the courses have been so much fun, and I've loved getting to know people, but I want to help more people. So this is why I have made these changes and why I'm doing this today. Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy provides you with the training, tools, and coaching you need to start a profitable virtual assistant business. Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy will help you, do the following things. It will help you to choose a niche or a niche. It will help you to get and keep clients. It will help you to set up a website. It will help you to track leads and clients. It will help you to get paid what you're worth. It will help you to market and promote your services. It will help you to create a winning customer service plan, and so much more. I know that one of the most important pieces for so many people is getting and keeping clients, and that is one of the first things that we talk about. Choosing a niche is so important. And then there's so many other pieces that will help your business to not only start out on track, but stay on track by creating plans and systems that are going to keep you going in the right direction. But I don't want you to take my word for it. So at this time, we're going to listen to Deanna Gale, who is she's in my course right now, and I want to share this with you. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Please let me know in the chat if you cannot. Can't hear. Okay, so what we're going to do then, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is, her information is on my website, and this video is on my website. So I'm going to continue talking about the course or about the membership. And then I'm going to direct you over to my website, and you can go and listen to Deanna for yourself. It's just a 3-minute video, and I would love for you to go and listen to what Deanna has to say. But since it's not going to allow me to play it for you here, I want to keep going and allow you to watch it over on the website. Okay, so within AVAA, or Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy, you'll have access to, this is the course that Deanna is taking and that others have graduated from, the Virtual Assistant Business and Marketing 101 course. I have been doing this course since 2013, and most recently I've graduated 12 ladies. It has 8 training modules, and this course is a $397 value. In this 8-module self-paced program, you will learn, as I just talked about, choosing your niche, setting prices, tracking, branding, setting up a website, list management and setup, marketing and promotion, customer service, getting and keeping clients, and so much more. Going through all these again. Membership in a Vantage Virtual Assistant Academy, though, does not just include my main core Virtual Assistant Business and Marketing 101 course. It has more in there than just that. It also includes weekly Stretch Me assignments, a private accountability Facebook group. This is separate from the free group that I host. This is a private group where I answer questions in more detail because you are coaching with me, and it has just the participants in the membership in Advantage Virtual Assistant Academy. So it is a paid private group. There's a video vault of short 5-minute videos that show you specifically how to use certain programs like WordPress, or how to do certain tasks in those programs, and some of the resources that I myself use. There is also a weekly Q&A call. So no matter where you are in the membership, it's a self-paced 8-module program. But no matter where you are, if you've just started and you're in lesson 1, or if you are all the way in module 8, no matter where you are, there will be a weekly call that you can call into and ask questions about wherever you are in the modules. You can ask any question. It's like having your own private one-on-one coaching session with me each week. You can call in and ask questions. There is also going to be a monthly training webinar each month that is specifically for those in the membership area. So it will be new monthly trainings each month to help you increase your skill sets and be able to provide more to your customers. So you will want to always, one of the things that a good virtual assistant always does is to never stop learning, to never stop growing. And this will allow you to continue to train, continue to grow, and learn more. One of the first things we're going to talk about, and one of the first things we're going to learn more about, is WordPress. Then there's other programs that I can teach you as well. And you guys that are who join the membership will help me come up with those topics. So whatever you need, don't hesitate to ask, and I will provide a training on it. So that will be available as well. Within our member area, you can track your project progress, so you can continue where you left off at any time. That's why it's self-paced. So if you cannot do it in, the course has been 8 weeks, but if maybe you don't have the time to devote to doing it that quickly, you can do it at your own pace. Or if you're ready to dive in and you're ready to begin now, you can go through it as quickly as you want. What I teach in the core curriculum is the exact model I use to create a full-time income as a virtual assistant. These trainings represent my knowledge and my understanding of over 8 years of experience as a virtual assistant. I've done this as a VA. I've made diaper money when my kids were small. And as they grew, I began to make grocery money. And as they, went off to school, I now pay for their private school education, and that's not cheap. So I've been able to do this with my virtual assistant business. What you're going to get, just a recap, the Virtual Assistant Business and Marketing course, which is my core curriculum, it's valued at $397. And again, these are the items that it includes. I won't read those again. And then you're going to gain access to our private Facebook accountability group to gain community, networking opportunities, and personalized coaching. That has a $299 monthly value. And you will get daily coaching from me in the accountability group to get the answers to your questions. I don't want you to ever get stuck. Then you can find business accountability partners in there, other women who are going through the process of setting up their virtual assistant business who can help encourage you along the way. And many times these VAs are able to refer business to each other because we all have different specializations. And then encouragement and support, of course. Again, you're going to get that video vault of resources that has a $199 value. And this just shows everything on one page that you'll get, which is over $1,200 total value. I know you're wondering how much it's going to cost you. Well, like I said in the beginning, I want this to be affordable. That is my whole purpose. My whole purpose and my passion is to help you. So therefore, I wanted to make it affordable. I could charge, like I said, the value is $1,200, but it's not going to be $1,200. It's not even going to be $500. There are two options to join Avantage Virtual Assistant Academy today. You can get started now for just $297 a year or $27 a month. You will go to AvantageVirtualAssistantAcademy.com, and as I shared before, Deanna's video is there of her testimonial. It's about a 3-minute video, and I would love for you to learn from someone else why I believe that this is the best way to get the training that you need to become a virtual assistant. I'm going to share, though, on this next slide more about what you get, because you do get a little bit more value if you purchase the yearly option, and it does save you a little bit of money as well. So as you can see on this chart, the $297 option, which is the yearly option, will include everything that we talked about, which is the Virtual Assistant Business and Marketing course, the weekly Stretch Me assignments, the private accountability group, the video vault, the weekly Q&A call, the monthly training webinars. But the bonuses will include this. Bonus number 1, if you purchase the yearly option, is my personal endorsement. So if you are needing to have a reference for clients, I will reference you. This is contingent upon the fact that you complete and you can prove that you've completed all of the Virtual Assistant Marketing Business and Marketing course. So the homework assignments and everything will need to be completed and done for me to be able to endorse you. Secondly, the bonus is the Virtual Assistant System templates that we were talking about. Those have a $27 value, and you will get those if you decide to come in the $297 membership option. And you will also get in the mail a hard copy of my first book, Faith Leaps: The Christian Mom's Guide to Passion, Purpose, and Profits. You can also do the same thing. You can join our membership the same way by paying $27 per month. You will continue to pay $27 per month as long as you're a member, and you will get access to everything else that we talked about here. I see that there is a question in the chat box. Oh, she just says, I have to go, but thank you. I appreciate you coming, and I am so excited about sharing this information with you, and I'm excited about this membership program. This membership program means that I can help more people and a quicker, more quickly do that, and at a better and a more valuable, not more valuable, a more economical option for you. But yes, I believe it is very valuable, and I've worked extremely hard to get this set up and ready to go. And I hope that some of you will join me on the inside to start your profitable virtual assistant business today. Again, you go to AvantageVirtualAssistantAcademy.com. And I thank you for coming. And if you have any more questions, please type them in the chat box below, in the little chat box, and I will answer them as best I can. I'm going to just hang around for a couple more minutes and see if anybody has any questions, and then I will go. I appreciate you so much. I will let you know that this $27 option will be temporary. It will be going up to $37 a month, and then I was going to say that it's going to go up to $37 a month, and then the yearly option will go up to $397 a month. And that is on, that will be coming up on March the 15th. So let me type that in there, on March 15th. This pricing ends on March 15th, and I need to go back and put that on the membership area as well. So I'll let everybody know that in an email that I'll be sending out as a reminder. But yes, this pricing, $27 a month, and the $297 for the year is only available through March the 15th. So I am excited, and I hope that you will join me. And if you have any other questions, like I said, It is per year. It is a per year membership. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it so much that you are here, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon.